Here is Tommy, who won't eat. He must be hungry. He's been playing hard all morning, but he just won't eat. It's the same old story at every meal. 40 years ago, no one ever heard of a healthy child that refused to eat. Today, with all our knowledge of nutrition, feeding problems are surprisingly common. Eating is good fun, and it is also quite important. Why do we have so many children who only pick at their food? But it is not for lack of knowledge. Doctor and scientist have put their heads together and found out what would make Tommy grow tall and strong and peppy. Advertising made the public nutrition conscious. Day and night, radios and magazines are plugging Bam and Wham, Crispies and Biskies, and Croakies and Chokies.
So be athletic, not synthetic. Chokies are for you.
They found out what was good for Tommy, but they forgot one thing. He might not want to eat it. The medical profession is concerned about this kind of problem.
It isn't easy to change a child who has no appetite into a child who looks forward to meal times. Forcing the child to eat or giving him medicines may be temporary solutions, but they don't get at the root of the matter. We cannot teach a child to have a good appetite. It must grow with him. The key to the problem lies in our understanding of the child himself.
This cry is familiar to every parent. It means hunger. At this age, Tommy was hungry too. If hunger pains are soon followed by a satisfying feeling of being fed, the baby is off to a good start. Breastfeeding. Nothing can compare with it. It is natural and healthy. A child's first contact with the world is comforting and affectionate. Here we have no long hours of frustrated crying. After the first few weeks, the baby's feeding times were adjusted to a regular routine. Adherence to routine can be overdone, and it is not good for anybody's nerves. If the baby is made to wait for his meals by the rule of the clock, if he is tired with crying, wet or cold, his appetite may be spoiled. Even the tension of a nervous mother's arm will communicate itself to a baby. Mother may not think this difficulty is important, but it may be the root of a future problem such as Tommy's. Here is a couple who were both enjoying a delicious dinner. Some foolish remark started an argument. She's mad. He's madder. He's gone. You see, emotion and appetite are related. This mother is relaxed and happy. The baby is dry and comfortable. He associates this feeling with food, and this provides a sound basis for a good appetite. It is also important to ensure that no problem arises over the mere mechanics of eating. New feeding methods such as spoon feeding should be introduced gently and at the proper time. Orange juice on a spoon at a few weeks old starts the baby off on a method of eating she will depend on later. She doesn't like it now, but she will soon. Solid food should not be given until the baby is 3 months old, because up until then, he can only suck. Nature takes her time in teaching him to send the food from the front of his mouth to the back. If he has difficulty, we can help him by using ingenuity. By the time his system needs a more concentrated form of food, his muscles and nervous system will be sufficiently developed for him to take solid food from a spoon and enjoy it. Weaning is often a cause of trouble. The breastfed baby will not like the bottle at first. Therefore, it is wise to give him some practice with it before complete weaning is necessary. Giving up breastfeeding gradually by alternating between the two for a time will be easier for the baby. He will soon get used to the bottle. Well, you don't need to look so superior about it. As children grow, if all goes well, they have plenty of appetite. But they need help in learning new ways of eating. Each baby develops at his own rate of eating ability. This little girl has learned about the bottle and the spoon. Now she is interested in learning something new. She wants to try the cup. She likes the cup. Hey, take it easy. The bottle is a thing of the past. This baby is older than the last, but he is not ready for the cup. If he is given the bottle without further fuss, and the cup is offered again, someday, perhaps even the next time it is offered, he will be ready. Well, almost ready. Learning to feed herself is the next big job in store for baby. Dipping in with your hands is a fine experiment. Once Betty shows interest, Mother and Betty each have a spoon. This is the first step in independent eating, or should I say, beating. It is extra work for Mother, but Betty can't learn to handle the spoon if she's not given freedom to try. Lots of approval is very important. These hard-won accomplishments must not be taken for granted. Take heart. Messing is only a short phase, especially if allowed to run its course. Betty will eat like this little boy when she's his age. There are other factors that lead to poor eating habits. This little fellow is enjoying the row, but is he eating?
Good. Don't you want to see the teddy bear on the bottom?
For goodness sake, don't do this.
Here's a bite for Sandy, and a bite for Uncle Joe, and then a bite for Aunt Lillian, and then a last great big bite for Mummy. That'll make you grow up to be a big, strong man like Daddy. Mummy wants her, little boy. They have great big muscles and nice...
Could you eat with all this going on? A little peace and quiet with Mother near to lend a hand when needed, that's the ideal way for this age. Many food problems stem from an illness. Most childhood illness originates in the nose and throat, just where the taste sensation comes from. To fight the infection, nature slows down the desire for food. Loss of appetite may come days before Mother notices the sniffles of a common cold. She can't see why he isn't hungry. She scolds, he resists, and emotional tension has begun over eating. If this goes on, mother and child both come to the table with a tense, unhappy feeling, even after the cold is cured. At times, the child grows rapidly and eats enormously. At other times, he may want less, but this is no cause for worry. Temporary losses of appetite may be caused by physical changes in his body. Just be sure that his appetite hasn't been spoiled by ice cream or potato chips between meals. He should be given small portions, and if he finishes it up and wants more, all the better. If he doesn't eat his carrots, and frankly I don't like them either, don't be discouraged or worried. If he isn't forced, he'll come back to them. Don't say anything about it, but try them in a different form in a couple of weeks. Kenny's eating carrot soup quite happily. Then there is the other extreme. He may go on food jags. Now he wants 3 eggs in one sitting. If we respect this, the wonderful mechanism appetite will make him bored with it when he has had his fill. Animals and humans, if they're left alone, have a very good idea of how much food they need. The lumberjack knows he wants beans and bacon instead of a green salad. Kenny works hard all day too, and if he's offered tasty, nutritious food, he will take what's good for him. These are the best things for children: meat, vegetables, milk, whole grain cereals, and fruits. Not fat, greasy foods that pass through the system slowly and dull the appetite. When a feeding problem exists, milk may well be skimmed. It should also be used sparingly and offered near the end of the meal rather than at the beginning, as rich milk takes away appetite. If he refuses milk, give him water for a week or two. Do it cheerfully and don't make an issue of milk. There's more to appetite than just taste. The surroundings must be pleasant. Mary may not think she wants her cabbage, but her mother goes on talking quietly about plans for the afternoon. Mealtime should be a pleasant social time for older children. After all, you like it that way yourself, don't you? Mary's mother knows enough, though, not to insist on better table manners as long as the feeding problem exists. Yes, she ate it all. But the wrong attitude on Mother's part may cause a temporary dislike to become a permanent battle over food.
You eat that whole plateful or you won't get one bite of dessert. Now, Mary, I want you to take 10 bites of that cabbage.
Perhaps Tommy's mother spoke that way. A permanent battle over food. If fathers and mothers are relaxed and uncritical during mealtime, their children will become competent eaters with good appetites. The spoon may not fit his mouth, but Mother doesn't snatch it away. It's fun playing grown-up for a few minutes. Jane's father encourages her independence. She has passed through the messy stage. She has had her likes and dislikes, her periods of not being hungry. But because no issue has been made of it, Jane enjoys her meals. But what about Tommy? He still hasn't eaten his lunch. Mrs. Smith is at her wit's end. He must eat. She scolds, coaxes, and bribes, but still he does no more than pick at his food. He is unconsciously using the most powerful weapon known to a child. Mother may be able to spank him and put him to bed, but she can't make him eat. Mrs. Smith should take Tommy's refusal to eat seriously. Something is wrong. It may be some physical illness.
Well, I don't think there's much the matter with you, my little man. I tried hard to find something wrong with you, but couldn't. Now, you just run in that waiting room and play with those toys and have a little fun while I have a word with your mother. Mrs. Smith, you are the problem, not the boy.
After her chat with the doctor, Mrs. Smith has a new idea of how to go at the problem. She changes the setting of his meals to help break the association with old battles. The helpings are small and attractively arranged. She would go to this much trouble for her friends. Why not for her son? Anyway, she is paying for her mistakes. She will have to go to extra trouble for a while. She tries not to look concerned over how much he is eating. Rome wasn't built in a day, and 4 years of battling may take 6 months to cure. But just a new attitude at mealtime is not enough. During all of every day, Mother tries to establish a happy relationship between them. She makes the routine jobs, such as dressing, a pleasant social time rather than an ordeal to be got through as quickly as possible. Now she listens to his interminable 5-year-old stories and finds them fascinating, where before she found them irritating. And Mrs. Smith does a lot of thinking. She realizes that she has been tense since he was a baby. She has forced him to eat what she thought he should eat and has been unresponsive to his feelings. His refusal to eat has been his way of asserting his individuality. Now she must make clear to him that she loves him and respects him so that he won't have to use food as a weapon. Above all, she must learn to know Tommy, for no one can tell her what's best for him. No one but Tommy.